second episode of the Night Owls podcast. We have myself, Jacob, we have Peter, Ben, and Jonathan today.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hey.
What's up? I'm Jonathan.
Ben. Peter.
We already just said our names, but that's fine.
Okay.
You know what?
Well, they didn't know. Yeah, they didn't know who.
Gotta match the voice.
Exactly.
The voice recognition.
So right now it's
Okay.
it's 11:46 p.m. This truly is a Night Owls, and I mean, do you want to do more introductions? Do you have stuff to say?
Well, I don't really have any more introductions for today, other than thank you guys for tuning into the podcast.
How
Hope
about
you-
you explain why we're recording so late at night?
No, actually, you know what? No, hold on. Before we do that, I do want to say, I was expecting like 6 listens, but we got like 26 or 25.
Yeah, seriously, that's
Pretty dope.
Yeah,
so
that's
thank you everyone
fantastic.
that listened and that's listening
We
again.
love you and appreciate you.
Yeah.
Keep that energy.
Yeah,
You know?
this is really good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great coffee.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so
Hold on.
Pearman,
Describe the coffee first that we're drinking.
No, Pearman. I think you have some explaining to
Explain
do.
why we're
Explaining to our fellow fans.
so late.
All right,
We're doing this for them, and this
if
is
you
your
guys,
fault.
if you guys don't, if you guys don't know already, I play a lot of video games. Currently in the middle of between just playing games and completing certificates.
Stick to the game. Stick to why you're late.
All right, so I'm gonna stick to the games. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from like 8 to 11, I have a group where we do some of the hardest boss fights and like some games, you know. And it just so happened,
What game is it? What game specifically?
Final Fantasy
Guys, I play
14.
Final Fantasy, and I do some of the hardest boss fights around. You never seen any.
Sorry guys, I can't come in and have raids.
So
Streaming for my whole
so
4
Beerman,
viewers.
this man, we all had a whole argument yesterday about when we're recording. We gave Peter so much shit. All right.
I was not paying much attention to this.
Clearly, because we gave Peter so much shit, and I'm so sorry, Peter, because today, when we decided yesterday that we were gonna record tonight, Bierman says, "Oh, I can't. I'm playing my fucking video games."
Yeah.
Bierman,
I'm here right now.
you're here now.
Bro,
We're getting it done, but it's late. We went through so much fucking troubleshooting.
Yeah, we had some trouble
Also,
setting up the
Bierman,
microphone.
Bierman has to shit like really bad,
Coming to you live from the struggle bus.
Yeah. but we're making him sit through it because that's his punishment.
Hey, you know what?
And he's also drinking coffee.
I have not taken a sip of the coffee yet.
You should.
Try some of your
All right.
coffee.
So speaking of
I put
coffee,
something
Ben,
extra
how about
in
you?
it.
How about you explain?
What is this in my cup? Is this chocolate chip cookie?
Ew! What the?
Yeah, man, I definitely put a chocolate chip cookie in your coffee.
What the
That's
fuck?
payback. You're sipping a drink of that because we're all cheersing. and
Dude,
we're
it's
all
just a
drinking
chocolate
one
chip
sip.
cookie. Is this your fucking?
Ready, set, cheers.
Wait. Okay. Yeah.
All
Everyone
right,
cheers.
cheers, everyone.
Sorry if that was loud.
So we have some New Mexican Pinon coffee.
Mhm.
I got from my boss when he took a vacation in New Mexico.
It's
Mhm.
boss El Chapo.
Actually, really nice.
Super great, fresh stuff. None of that Keurig bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Courage. You give me courage.
So we're starting a new segment on the show. At the very beginning, we're gonna do a coffee review. So right now we're drinking what is it called?
New Mexican Pinon coffee.
Pinon coffee. Yeah.
Pignon.
And so what kind of rating system do we want to do?
I'd
So
say
it's
a
coffee.
0 out of 10 or 0 out of 5.
0 out
5
of-
stars.
5 stars. You gonna do stars?
Sure, I'll give it a 3-star.
3 star out of 5.
Yeah, I'm not a huge coffee drinker, so
Okay.
I don't have a.
Has little experience.
I have
compared
yeah,
to-
I don't have much experience with
Mhm.
coffee. I don't drink a lot of coffee these days, so.
So
Does that make me next?
yeah, sure.
I'd say it's a solid 4.3.
Mhm.
Oh, we're getting into the decimal system, huh?
It's nice. It's got some nice tones. I enjoy it.
I'll go next because Ben's the real coffee connoisseur here.
Yeah.
So I'd say I'd give it a 4. It actually is a really good flavor. I like putting a lot of milk in mine, and a lot of sugar. So that probably takes away from it a little bit, but I think it's a good base. It's I'd say a good 4 stars.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
Ben.
I think it's great. I like to put as little BS in my coffee as
Mhm.
possible.
Mhm.
So, I just do milk and sugar. I try to get as much of, like, the actual coffee flavor as I can. So
Mhm.
I'd probably give it a 4. I mean, it's a really good coffee.
All right,
Nothing
cool. So
fancy about it.
So 3 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars, and 4 stars. So you said yeah.
That's pretty.
I think for me at least it would be really hard to get 5 stars.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would ever be willing to give that out. Also,
Hey, you know.
thank you, Peter,
Maybe one day.
for the chocolate chip cookies.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
That's some gourmet shit.
Hey.
So who wants to start?
All right, so we have 4 more topics for us today, ranging from local news to movies to
Video
some games.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's willing to go first?
I don't mind starting. If you didn't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's start out with some
Sure.
news.
All right, let's start out with your local news at 11:51.
It's almost midnight.
So
That's
our
right, boy.
area, our
Night
Bellevue
owls.
area, we hail from the Hartford County of Maryland, and right now they are approving what's called FY 20, fiscal year 20, which is the public school budget, which is currently, I need to pull up my phone, but I believe it's at $509 million, but for the school year.
Bierman,
You were saying?
What do you do?
Don't cut me off.
Bierman just did a weird motion with his hand. I don't know.
Bierman is losing his mind, is what he's doing. You know, I don't know if he's going to be sane for the next episode. But anyways,
You know, gamers rise up.
the point of this is that it's actually a
Oh my
tragedy. Alright, so it's $903.6 million budget without added funds for the education. So that's the Hartford Council, and the current county council president, Barry Glassman, has been
More like Barry Assman.
well. You know, the runner-up was not a favorable choice. The Democratic nominee was not very great. She was a local housewife that didn't have any understanding of politics. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the budget cuts and the lack of budget to the education system, which we are no longer a part of, but it's still
Still,
hurts.
I want to have my sisters.
I've got
my-
siblings.
right.
I have a
And
sibling.
it's $11 million short, and you know, of course,
$11 million.
and they're
Oh
gonna,
my
and you
God.
know what they're shorting first? They short the fine arts and they short
Arts
the
always
extracurricular.
get shafted.
And
It's a shame.
158 positions are being canned. 28 administrative, and the rest are just employees.
So
you
what
know?
are they using the budget for? Like, what are they using that money for?
They use it for expenses. They use it for insurance claims, salaries, and expenditures.
Well,
Just general
I've
things.
already heard of layoffs at Patterson,
Yeah.
where we all went to high school.
One of
We
our
shouldn't
orchestra
say
teacher.
names, but
Yeah.
you know,
The
the
orchestra.
art teacher.
The
Yeah,
orchestra
the new art teacher who won Teacher of the Year is being fired.
It's ridiculous.
and the
He was
orchestra
awesome.
teacher who has been there since I think when the school opened in 2007.
It's
has been
sad.
there.
It makes me mad.
Personally think Patterson had a really great arts program. It
Yeah.
One of the best.
definitely changed my life. I mean, I'm a theater major because of what I got into there and
Yep.
learned.
And I became a music major because of the imprint that my music teacher
Yeah.
had. And Jacob also had the same.
I had the same exact experience. It definitely put a change in my life.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
neither of you were arts majors technically, I'm sure.
No,
we
I
were
was
all
communication.
I was
part of-
computer science.
I got my starting graphic design and in interactive media and
Yeah.
that one graphic design art class that what's her face, the bitch.
We shouldn't
teacher.
say names anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and you're great. I mean, you designed all our
Oh.
logos in case you didn't know.
bitch.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, I really like the logos that we came up with.
But I definitely think in high school, you know, people are always looking for who they are. And, you know, you can
Yeah.
find yourself in the arts. And
Art,
it's a
yeah,
shame.
art is like a pathway to.
It's a shame that this amazing escape from how brutal some of the high school education is being cut. And,
Yeah,
and
I mean, it definitely forms bonds. I mean, I don't think the four of us would be sitting here if it wasn't for.
For drama.
for the
For
for
the
the exact
theater.
art of the
For
arts.
theater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all met because of the boys' night
yeah.
that
but-
been planned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for our high school senior year musical.
Yeah, we all went to Bon Tempo Brothers.
Here we
All
are.
went to Bon Tempo Brothers.
Good
and-
time.
3 years.
3
later.
years.
All right, well, that's the news portion.
Yeah.
You know.
So
That's
If you're not
Makes me
mad,
mad.
you're not paying attention.
yeah.
I
It's just
definitely
sad.
agree with that.
It's just
If you're
sad.
not outraged, you're not paying enough attention to what's really
Definitely
going on
gotta-
in the community.
keep an open eye out for not only what's going on around the world, but especially what's going on around close to your home.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
starts
Exactly.
local.
it's
Yeah.
super easy to get wrapped up in the world politics, which are equally as important.
Well, yeah, it's equally as
But
important because
there's a lot of stuff going on in your own backyard and
That you
your
have
own communities.
influence on.
Yeah, that
And your
You-
vote influences everything that happens in your community. We put this person in power, and we have to live with the consequences, whether
Yeah.
they are, consequences always has a negative connotation, but it can also have positive. You can have positive consequences,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this is obviously
I mean-
negative.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there's something that can be done about it. I know our senior year we had a big fit with the pay to play for the
Oh,
theater
that's
program.
right, yeah.
They wanted to charge $100 to every student who was on the stage.
Which is just
Ridiculous,
That's a terrible
We don't
compromise.
need
That's a
uniforms,
terrible
we
compromise.
source a
And the
lot of
thing
our
is that
props
the
and
money-
costumes from home.
the money that would go that we would
We
pay
had-
that we would have paid, would have gone to not
No,
the
no,
theater
no. It
department.
was not coming back to us. at all.
Exactly.
But I mean, the schools band together. We went to the Board of Education. We spoke.
Yeah, there was
And-
we organized a protest.
Yeah,
Did you go
yeah.
to that? I didn't
Yeah,
go.
I went there.
I was
I went
aware.
there.
I spoke.
Yeah.
It
you
was
did?
a fantastic
Oh.
experience. It really felt like
Look
we
at you
made-
using your rights.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it really felt like a coming together sort of thing of all the schools in the area. And I meet people now in the theater programs around that I didn't even know were there that were there, and
Oh.
it's everyone sort of bonds over fighting that BS.
Yeah, fighting the man.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than standing up for what you believe in
Yeah,
and
and
voicing your
it did
your
get overturned.
genuine thought.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We made a difference. It was it can be done.
But you have to start.
just
You
goes
can't
to
sit
show that
back.
people have the power in the world, and you really got to use that.
So speaking of outrage, let's
Oh my!
diverge to a
Oh.
bit of a lighter topic. The Sonic
excited.
movie.
Haha.
Oh boy!
It's become quite infamous, the terrible CGI that
I don't
Could have
understand.
been, but wasn't.
I don't understand. Like I'm pretty sure almost everyone has seen. Like there was a tweet out there where some guy was just doing a little digital edit of like what the Sonic could
Yeah.
have been, and they did a shot by shot comparison, and it was so much better. And this
There-
was just
right.
some random kid on Twitter.
There are so many different edits and redesigns of the Sonic character that looks so much better than the terrifying shots that we got. There's this one shot that's infamous now is the one where he's screaming.
In the
he's got
shed.
teeth.
He has human teeth. He's I get that they're going for a more realistic approach, but it looks really, really bad.
But they could learn something from, the two fighting movies in that type of CGI format is, Detective Pikachu and then Sonic the movie.
Right.
And, you have live action. You have
Sonic
live
looks
humans.
Awesome, or not Sonic, sorry, Pokemon. Pokemon looks awesome because I feel like it's a perfect balance between the cartoon anime, because you can tell it looks a lot like the anime cartoons,
Yeah.
but
I
it
mean,
also looks realistic.
Right. It's that general, that happy medium between
Right.
human
The
attributes
the
and
director
also
the
physical
the director of Detective Pikachu, I read I can't remember what his name is.
I couldn't tell you. I just saw the movie and I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. But he took years. Him and his team took years during the post production of the movie to study animals and study
Their
their
movements and
and
stuff.
stuff like that to make the Pokemon look realistic and look
Wow.
good.
There's a specific scene that I think that probably helped him a lot. Is the scene with the Bulbasaurs,
Mm-hmm.
where there's a herd of them. You see herd movement and you see how they react to different other movements in the herd. There was a specific point where this one Bulbasaur actually kind of tripped a little bit, and there's the one on the left looked over to see if it was okay. And it's just that was just
A
no
lot of
small little
attention to
details,
detail,
right.
a lot of attention.
yeah.
I love-
They
it's
put a lot of
crazy.
detail in that. And
So-
meanwhile, you look at the Sonic movie, and you look at the CGI. It's like, why would you think?
Cut corners on something.
Why
Like
would
Yeah.
you think that looks
What I
good?
really want to get into here,
Uh-huh.
because we're getting a little off topic.
Okay.
Do you think they should really go back and redo it? Do you think it was the right thing to do to push the movie off and redo the CGI?
I personally, I absolutely do.
Yeah.
I really respect John Fowler, who's the director of the movie, for going back and deciding, you know what, you guys are right, this looks bad. Even if it is just a marketing scheme, to an extent. I think it's the right decision to make Sonic different, and I'm not surprised at all that they delayed the movie.
Yeah,
I'm glad that they're doing.
It's hard
that.
to tell.
I'm
It's hard to say.
I'm gonna disagree.
Really?
I really don't think they should go back and do it. I personally think that the CGI artists, everyone who's digitally designing this, is going to be going through hell in crunch time to push this out. They are getting the shaft in this, not the execs who push this design through. And personally, I think you should stand by your art. If you put it out there in a trailer form, you were ready to present and perform it, and
that's a soft opening of your movie.
Yeah, right. And with theater, once the show goes on, you can't change a thing.
You're not stopping.
Nope.
The show hasn't gone on yet, though.
Yeah.
Like in this case, it's just a trailer.
I can definitely sympathize with that. You have to stick to your guns sometimes.
Yeah.
If you release something, you gotta stand by it and say, I understand. There's a little bit of flack I'm catching, but
How much of the design do you think
thing.
though was the VFX artist's choice, and how much of it was corporate Hollywood?
It was definitely corporate to make the final decision.
No, not the final decision, like the design that we got in the trailer.
Well, I'm sure they went through multiple designs, and corporate made the final choice on what they think looked best. And those are the guys who made the choice that everyone's upset with, and they're not really dealing with the consequences. They get all this praise because they're going back and giving the fans what they want, but I don't think enough people are realizing the amount of work that's actually going to have to be put in by these.
I think
underpaid, overworked people.
I think that's why it's being delayed, and I think that the fact that it's being delayed is just proof that this movie is going to be. They're actually taking the time to redo it, and I do want to say, struggle, sweat, and tears is. I think that's something that has made famous movies in the past work so well.
Yeah.
There's been like in 2001 Space Odyssey, that movie was
Love that movie.
was a nightmare to make, and it turned out beautifully. I think that these while I do agree with what you're saying to an extent, like they're putting in all this work and. They have to redo it. They have to. There's like nothing to show for it.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's a hard sort of choice to make. You're stuck in a weird position where it's either art or your sanity. I think a lot of that is seen in video games right now too. Look at Red Dead Redemption 2. The programmers were working like 90-hour weeks.
Yeah.
It was like insanity.
The game turned out fantastic.
Yeah, like they made a fantastic game, but like, is that worth like destroying the lives of these people for so long?
Well, we don't know if that's probably an overstatement.
I mean,
but
you're
also
working 90-hour weeks. That is, you're not going home to.
But to see your artwork paid off.
I like the way. So my whole take on this is that if it were to launch with the current CGI model that they have, they lose a crap ton of money because just the overall design of it.
Money.
They would be losing money if they threw that out.
They're going to lose any money.
I think now they're going to
be making more money in the long run.
More money, but
exactly.
I don't think they would have lost money in the movie.
I think people would have been seeing it to make fun of it. I think.
I'm sure.
They still would have made plenty of money.
But you also have to think about what would the reviews be.
Yeah.
I think
it's so overshadowed by like you almost want to see it because it's so bad. It's like a bad like 80s sci-fi where it's like you can see the folds in the costume and see the human underneath.
If they didn't redesign the movie, like personally, I wouldn't go see it.
I wouldn't have seen it.
But now
I would.
I honestly didn't hate the original design that much.
You see,
that's a hot take, brother.
You see,
I mean, I know it's not like the Sonic that everyone pictures, but I didn't think it was so terrible.
Now here's the thing. We're all talking about the design of Sonic, but like the movie, regardless of Sonic's design, from the trailer, it didn't look very.
Yeah, what's the plot of this movie?
It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
The trailer was also really poorly edited.
Chasing him.
Isn't that the games too, though?
But it's got a little bit of plot.
Even if they redo the CGI, I'm sure. Are they gonna get good reviews? Because what's the plot of this movie?
Right.
what's
And that's
happening?
that's another thing. I guess you have to weigh whether it's even worth it.
Yeah.
Is this movie good? Actually, I guess it doesn't matter though, because the corporates are going to make you do it regardless.
I don't know. The way
See,
I
So let me throw a scenario out there. What if there were multiple designs of Sonic, like you said, and corporate chose the final one? What if there were multiple designs? One of them was a really good one that all the artists like, but corporate Hollywood chose the one that we saw because it's the most realistic potentially.
Yeah.
Or relatable. Or they think it would be the most profitable.
So you
Right,
know
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah, the most profitable, exactly. See, I don't. It's still their work and it's still their art, but what if the artist can now go and use their design that they hadn't been able to use?
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, that's great for them, certainly. I don't know how much it's going to be worth for this movie. I mean, I don't know. Like the Detective Pikachu movie, to go back to that. The trailers, I got a very clear idea of the
what
plot
was
and
going
what's
down.
going to be
Yeah,
happening.
the trailer was really bad. for
Maybe
this
I
movie.
was so distracted by the Sonic CGI and seeing everyone's uproar about that I didn't pay enough attention to the trailer.
I watched it multiple times, and
I saw the trailer tonight when I saw Detective Pikachu, and I was like, I just really don't. I was trying not to pay attention to it.
when I saw the trailer and when I saw Detective Pikachu, there was an audible groan from multiple people in the audience when the trailer came on. Yeah.
Jim Carrey's carrying that movie on his shoulders.
He really is.
Yeah, and he doesn't even look that great in the movie.
No, but
except for the last shot where he's got the big mustache. I think that was awesome.
I'm excited to
Yeah.
see what he's going to do. I'm excited
If
that also
anyone could do it,
terrified.
it'd be him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
opinion.
definitely the best
They
role.
definitely casted him perfectly for that.
Yeah, that's the one thing they did right.
He's the right amount.
No,
of
I'm
zany.
not the biggest fan of Sonic personally. I think Sonic's cool, but
Oh, I grew up with him.
Yeah,
like,
you're the
first
Sonic
few
guy.
Games. Yeah, the first few games I ever played, like
How do you feel
as a
about Sonic
kid.
Colors then? How do you
Sonic
feel about
Colors.
that? On the Wii.
the best part of the
So-
Sonic games was Crush 40.
You see,
the band.
my first Sonic game was Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Hero.
Exactly, and then I always used to go to my grandmother's house, and she had a Dreamcast, and I always used to play the original Sonic Adventure on it with Chaos. I loved that game. I was terrified though as a kid of like the fucking Chaos with like 6 gems and just like some giant fucking tentacle monster.
Yeah, the Chaos Gem.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared of that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
but no,
You don't like
I
never
loved
mind.
Sonic as a
You
kid.
don't like tentacles?
I played a lot of games, and honestly, I was really upset when I saw the CGI character just be portrayed so poorly, and I'm really excited to see what they would do for a different.
Well, we do know they're giving him gloves because the tweet that
yeah,
that Jeff Fowler put up with the delay, it was like Sonic holding up a sign that said the date of the movie now, which is in like February of 2020.
yeah.
Long time.
I think it was Valentine's Day.
Huh?
I think it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it might have been.
So every sad, lonely nerd
Every
can go
s-
see the Sonic movie.
Yeah. So if you're sad and lonely
Crying
by
about
next
how
year,
much money they just wasted.
Yeah.
The furries are gonna have a fucking ball.
It's gonna
Oh.
smell.
Sonic movie
It's
comes out.
gonna smell in the theater.
It's
Ooh.
real hard. It's not gonna be
Oh,
great.
God.
Bring
I
the
went to
deodorant.
I went to a
Yes.
Super Smash Brothers tournament around a year ago at my
Ooh.
school, and it smelled so bad. It was disgusting.
Jesus.
It was so nasty.
yeah, I haven't been to gaming tournaments
We have a local
specifically
comic book
because
store,
of
but
that.
it doesn't smell too bad in there.
I don't
No,
know.
I actually went there.
Collector's Corner is great.
I went
Yes.
there today with Galen. It was
Yeah.
pretty nice.
There are 2 types of comic book stores. There's the Collector's Corner that's like super nice, super hip, bright, spacious.
Well organized.
And
Yeah.
then there's the type of comic store you have on Bel Air Road, where it is dark, it is cramped, there is a
Wait, which one
grumpy
is that?
person.
No, you can't. No names on that.
Yeah, I mean, the guy I've talked to him, he's super nice, but he's also like kind of intimidating. He's sitting there, like you can tell this guy's been reading comics for his whole life, and he's like
Which comic
An
book
older-
store is this name?
Bel Air Road. I don't remember what it's called.
Huh.
But like, but those are the places where you can find some good shit. Like I've got some like old comics that are like rare from that little dingy comic store.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you give and take. You can get your new stuff at the nice new place, or you can find the rare old stuff at one of those dingy beat up
Yeah.
little stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, to each their own. Everything's got
Yeah.
its place.
But moving on to our next topic, we have a movie coming out on Friday. By the time this podcast is released, it should be out for a few days. The new movie's showing up, Rocket Man. Elton John, sort of. It's pretty much similar to the Bohemian Rhapsody movie.
It's a direct cut from that.
Exactly.
what?
But instead, they're doing Elton John.
They're jumping on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
Film biography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from what I've been told, there's been some great reviews so far by critics, and a lot of people are excited for the movie. What do you guys think?
I read a review, or I saw a review on my phone on Twitter or something about it, where it said that Elton John, Elton John the person,
Yeah.
was hearing about the movie, was involved in it, was watching it because it is a biography, and he said they were trying to keep it to a PG-13 rating, and he said you're just not going to be able to do that, and I don't want this film to be a PG-13 because that's not resemblance of my life. I don't know, but I didn't read too far.
Yeah.
Because he said you just can't tone down how much sex and drugs was going on.
Yeah.
It was,
Flex a little more.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even like that.
It's rated R.
Yeah.
It's
Rated
just,
R.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's cool.
I
I
wouldn't
like
have
that.
expected.
and Taron Egerton.
Does anybody want this last
Taron
cookie?
Egerton.
Taron
No.
Egerton?
No?
I
No
think he
cookie?
definitely
Cookie?
fits that
Cookie?
pretty well.
Yeah, that's the
Rami
guy.
Malek
That's
for
the guy.
Freddie Mercury did okay. Did pretty well. Actually.
That's the guy that played Eggsy in
Yeah.
Kingsman,
the
right?
Kingsman.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the second Kingsman
It's
movie.
okay.
I need to really see it.
That's alright.
It's not as good.
I mean,
Elton John's in it,
I don't.
ironically.
Well,
I don't know too much about Elton John. I mean, I've heard some of his songs and I enjoy them all, but it's never been like something I've sought out. So I don't know too much, but I'm definitely gonna see it for Taron Egerton's performance. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I'd love to see him in some comic book roles, preferably Red Hood, if I could fan cast. But I'll definitely go see it. It looks awesome. But again, I don't know how true to Elton John it is.
Wow.
A hot take. Do you think it could get a little bit tiresome with these musical biographies?
I'm sure
so
eventually.
they're
I don't-
just getting started
Yeah.
with the whole
Because
concept.
it's definitely jumped. I definitely feel like they jumped on a bandwagon. I think they should have released a
Well,
little.
is there something else coming out?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that's a lot of the same way that people are like, are people going to get tired of these superhero movies eventually? And I don't think so. I think it's just
Oh, no.
Well, I think it's different
a-
with
it's a
superheroes
subgenre,
because you have
basically.
more. Because you have more heroes.
I guess,
you have
but
a
there, how
multiverse.
many bands are there that you can make a movie about? How many?
There are a lot.
There are.
I want to see a
plenty of
movie about
artists.
Nickelback.
You can
Yeah.
just buy the DVD live on tour, and you
That's
can
like-
Look
watch
at
that.
this graph.
Yeah,
If we're
right.
comparing them to Marvel movies, that's the Thor: The Dark World of your fucking cinematic band universe.
Yeah, dude.
No, but
I can
It
feel
wasn't
this.
that bad.
I can feel
Feeling
this
bad.
coffee kicking in right now. I'm definitely gonna be taking like 4 melatonin tonight.
Tone.
That's what we love to see.
Well,
But yeah, I think that's a lot of the same argument. I think it's just a subgenre, and I think people are gonna enjoy what they enjoy, and I don't think they're
That's
gonna
true.
get
I honestly hope we see
tired
more.
of it.
I want to see more. I don't want to see it like flood the market. Obviously,
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about more. That's why I'm bringing. it
I'd
up.
like to see more band because like band like AC/DC,
Ooh,
like the
yeah.
Say that.
like when what's his face died. And they when they in their comeback saving their brand with Brian Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I
They might
think
already
that
be making a movie about that. You know.
they might. I'm not opposed to that. But
I'm sure these bands all have some crazy fucking stories.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
a lot of I listen to a lot of like hair metal and 80s like rock and roll. And a lot of like I'd love to see more in that era because it was all about drugs and sex, and I feel like there could be a lot of compelling stories. One of the drummers for Motley, I think it was the drummer for Motley Crue.
Mm-hmm.
I think his name was Nicky Six, but I could be wrong.
Sounds right.
Yeah. They wrote a song called Nonna, which is grandma in Italian, and it's about or was it Poison? Fuck. It was either Motley Crue. I think it was Motley Crue, but he missed his grandmother's funeral because he was on drugs. That's sad as fuck.
Sad.
Oh,
But it could be a good, like, compelling movie moment, you know?
I definitely see one about Pink Floyd for sure.
yeah.
The the timeline of events throughout their album's history.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it seems like in the long run, there's going to be probably a new set of movies
Have you-
containing
I
music
mean, this
artists.
isn't a new thing, or maybe it's new to this
Well-
genre. They've been making movies about this for years. They got a movie about Biggie Smalls' life. They got a movie about
Yeah.
Tupac's life.
Yeah. Have you guys
Prince, they got a movie.
But they're
Prince
definitely
Purple
moving
Rain.
into like a certain era of musicians.
Yeah.
have you
know?
guys seen the movie Love and Mercy?
No.
No.
It's a Beach Boys movie. It's
Really?
about who's the lead singer for Beach Boys? Peter,
Tom.
do you remember?
Oof.
It's
I want to feel like I know, but I really just don't.
It's about him, and it cuts back and forth between his life on kind of house arrest. I say that in quotes, and his time in the Beach Boys, because he had schizophrenia.
Really?
Yeah, and when he was
He's a lead
older,
singer, right?
yeah, when he was older,
That's crazy.
he had a doctor that kind of abused him. Like, he wouldn't let him leave the house.
Brian Wilson.
Yeah, Brian Wilson.
Yeah, from what Pet Sounds.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
He like wouldn't let him leave the house. He was very controlling, and he was doing that because he was a greedy piece of shit. He did it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
And he would basically like misdiagnose him. I think he was giving him like placebo pills.
That's insane.
And he meets Brian Wilson meets someone, and they fall in love, and she helps him escape.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really touching story, and it goes back and forth between his struggle then and his struggle now. And it's a really beautiful story. It's really about the evolution of Pet Sounds and how that came out, and that is a fantastic album. It is,
I agree.
especially after you see this movie and understand what happened and what went on behind the scenes. It's insane. But yeah,
Yeah.
so this kind of stuff has happened before. I think we're only saying that it's a new trend because Bohemian Rhapsody like came out.
Got so much.
How
Yeah.
close they are to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we.
So
have to
it could be because of that, but
something.
I wouldn't be opposed if it did become something.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
Exactly.
it necessarily
I
is
just
a
hope
thing
they
now.
do it well.
Yeah.
Of course,
Same
of
here.
course. I hope it doesn't become oversaturated and like.
Yeah. I mean, you're always gonna have some misses in there.
Exactly.
You can't make a perfect movie every time.
Sorry.
Um.
One
Everyone
movie
point and laugh. It's stupid.
All right. So because
Gamer
I'm
tries something.
responsible, I wrote my little blurb.
Yeah,
Don't have it pulled up.
You know, Ben, I got the recording thing right here. I can unplug it and kick you out. All right. Anyway,
Moving on to our final topic.
so on February 27th, 2019, Nintendo announced the next Pokemon game, Pokemon Sword and Shield, to be released for the Nintendo Switch in late 2019. Since then, fans have been left. Excuse me?
Pokemon Gun. You remember those?
I'm talking right now.
I apologize. Continue.
Look at me in the eyes and apologize to me again.
I apologize. Apologize.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't ever cross me again.
Wouldn't dream of this. Sweet cheeks.
Whoa.
To be released.
Sir, won't be the last.
Since then, fans have been left to dissect what little information and footage we've been teased with. However, just 2 days ago, on May 27, 2019, Nintendo on their Twitter said to look for the new Pokemon-only Nintendo Direct, scheduled next week on June 5th. However, the Direct is only going to be 15 minutes, leaving some fans to wonder how much they will actually reveal. Additionally, Nintendo just announced a new Pokemon title. Pokemon, get ready, wait for it, Sleep. Oh good, my voice cracked, that's fine. Fantastic. Let me, hold on, wait, cut that part out,
Oh no, we're going
Okay,
wrong.
Try again.
Said it first.
Pokemon, wait for it. Okay, there we go.
Wow, I didn't know we were starting an ASMR channel.
Well,
You know, we're just
Keep
starting a
up.
whole bunch of new things.
alright, yeah, so this is apparently a game that keeps track of the amount of sleep a user gets, much like how Pokemon Go tracks the number of steps a user takes. So, we got Sword and Shield, we got Pokemon Sleep.
So you're saying I'm gonna have a game where all I have to do is sleep.
And then Jonathan closed the laptop. And he stopped the recording, just as Bierman was talking. Because apparently doesn't know what he's doing. So yeah. Okay. Bye.
Oh, we're back.
I can't believe it. Still recording?
So we are actually gonna have to make some edits.
Let's see. That's fine. Yeah, we're still recording. We're
Alright.
fine. We're good.
All right.
We're
Sorry,
fine.
sorry for the technical difficulty
leave
there.
the laptop
Someone
open
close
for
the
love of
laptop
God.
that we're recording on,
Sorry,
you know?
I closed my laptop. Don't yell at me.
Anyways.
Yeah, you know.
So Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sleep, Nintendo Direct next week on the 5th. What are you guys' thoughts?
Well, we had a challenge where we were doing a speed run of Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
guess
It's
how-
like
and
like
Guess how
a year
that
ago,
ended
like almost 2 years ago.
that was
Yeah,
2
well,
years
that
You
ago.
still have my fucking Nintendo DS.
Yeah, I do, and I still have the game that's in there. And I was playing Pokemon when I got back from watching that movie, you know?
So you think you guys will maybe try a
Restart
speed
that.
run of
Be
that?
gone, Crickathought.
We'll,
Yeah,
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm always down for a new region and a new set of starters.
I
Yeah.
desperately want a Gen 4 remake, and I could have waited
Me too.
for a new region if I could have gotten a Gen
Wait, what is
4
Gen
remake.
4 again?
Sinnoh.
The Sinnoh,
Yeah.
the game we
Diamond,
were playing.
Pearl, Platinum.
Oh,
Oh.
you know, I got into Pokemon right after that game. I
Really?
started with
That was-
That was
Soul
my first
Silver.
game.
Yeah, that was the game that sold me. Like, I
Exactly.
had Fire Red, I had Ruby.
Yeah, mine
but
that sold
I
me
was-
was Emerald on the Game Boy.
Yeah, I was sold, and I went back and I replayed Fire Red.
Yep,
and
I got
Ruby.
Fire Red. I was playing Emerald.
Mhm.
And then
Played
I started
Emerald on the
playing
Game
the
Boy.
the
I
Unova
played
region. What
Pearl.
is that? Black and white. Yeah.
I played Soul Silver once.
Really?
And then I
I-
didn't.
Soul
Soul Silver.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
the one
really
that I
good.
started with. Soul
It was
Silver.
fun. No, I enjoyed
I
it.
really
but I
liked
never
it.
finished it. I think I grew out of it.
That's
Wait,
where
did
I
we
got
all
it.
have Soul Silver?
Yeah, I
That's
had
the
Soul
that's the
Silver.
That's
that's the
funny.
best version.
Because
Hell yeah.
who wants Ho-Oh?
Exactly.
No one.
You know,
Everyone
Soul.
wants Lugia.
I always get the cool looking, the Pokemon that looks the coolest.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
did you guys get Y or X?
I got Y.
I got
Y.
Yes, correct.
I got
I
X.
did not get
Oh,
one.
that's because you're a bitch.
You also got the black version, right, with the white Pokemon.
Yeah.
What? You're
Safety.
so...
Really?
I thought we said none of that.
I said safety.
I thought we said nope.
We didn't say none of it. Bierman said to less of an extent, and I have only farted twice. Thank you very much.
I swear to
Well,
God.
I'm glad that we're setting
Okay.
standards on our second podcast.
So what do we think we're gonna see at this next direct? Do we think we're gonna get like
We're gonna
some more Pokemon?
I think we're gonna get some weird names.
Do you
sure-
think we'll get the legendaries?
Ooh.
Yes. We're
Yeah,
gonna get the
possibly.
2 main legendaries, and we're gonna get an assortment of Pokemon.
I
I
hope
want to
we
Because
say
I don't think anyone's gonna pre-order
Now,
games
what's a
until
good-
we see what legendaries.
Now,
are
what's a
going.
good idea
Precisely.
for legendaries? Let's brainstorm. what they
I
They
think
gotta
they should do a
correlate the sword
sword
and
Pokemon
shield.
and a shield Pokemon.
No,
But I
what-
hate
what
that. I
range should
hate
they
when
have
they do
over?
that. Like I don't like the sword Pokemon.
What if
We
they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have Pokemon
Yeah,
that
it looks
like
Layers
dumb.
of time and space. You know what?
I mean,
Protection-
they're probably, yeah,
protection
they're gonna
and-
be Pokemon with strong attack and strong defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Maybe like fighting type and then
The king of fighting type and the
Like
king
a steel?
of steel.
I
Steel.
don't know.
Is that a
Steel fighting.
Steel
and
ground and maybe fighting.
Don't knock on steel Pokemon.
What if they're both steel
They
legendaries?
get some fucked by some fire types.
What if they're both?
Yeah, you do.
What if they're both steel types? You never know.
That I
Do we
bet
have
they're
steel type like main?
legendaries.
No, I don't think so.
Dialga.
Dialga, yeah.
How do I remember that?
I don't remember that.
Because you're a nerd.
So
You're right.
you've actually been playing Pokemon Let's Go, right?
Oh yeah, dude! I got Pokemon Let's Go for Christmas, and I put playing it off for the longest time because I was like, "This is fucking stupid."
Mm.
And I finally was bored the other night, and I booted it up, and I'm having the fucking time of my life. It's so much fun.
Really?
It's like Soul Silver, where your Pokemon can follow behind you,
Yeah.
and
I was so sad when they got rid of that. In the
there's
other
there's
games.
even more shit you can do. Like I did it with my Onyx, and I sat on top, and I was like riding the Onyx. It was fantastic. I felt so powerful. And all the peasants were beneath me and my Onyx.
So that's on the Nintendo Switch. This new one's going to be on the Nintendo Switch. They look like similar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going
Gameplay-wise,
to go
so
back to like the
If it's
original
anything, if it's
mechanics.
anything like Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee,
And it's beautiful. Like the
Yeah.
graphics are great.
I'm really excited. I haven't been excited for Pokemon in a long time. I guess Detective Pikachu doesn't really count because it's a movie.
Yeah.
And then there was like the Hawaiian Islands one. That
Sun
honestly
and Moon
didn't.
was a disappointment. I felt like it held
same
your
here.
hand way too much.
I didn't finish it.
Neither did I.
I got
I
through like the tutorial and I got bored.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
beat the Elite Four, and then I never played. I know that there was like a bunch of stuff you could have done after the game, but like
Yeah.
I was honestly after the story, I was like, this really felt
Right.
hollow.
We
Yeah.
had this conversation, but hang on. Best Pokemon game.
Best
Oh,
Pokemon.
easily Diamond or
Diamond.
Platinum.
Yeah, Diamond or Platinum.
For me, either black or white. So I guess Pokemon Black or no Pokemon White because that's the one I keep forgetting. It's like
Yeah. it's
the white one
reversed.
has the black Pokemon, the black one has the white Pokemon.
Now, I
The one with
played,
Zekrom.
I played
Yeah,
Pearl.
Zekrom.
I finished Pearl completely. Then I stole Diamond from my stepbrother, and I finished Diamond. And I have to choose Diamond.
Yep.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're all in agreement here. Diamond.
In,
well, you have black and
I
white,
mean,
but,
I'm
like-
sure we have some bias based on our own. Like,
In,
that was our generation.
Yeah, that
like,
was the
Pokemon.
generation that we started at.
Since so I in Soul Silver I got a what's the electric sheep Pokemon?
Mareep.
Mareep.
Yeah.
So I found a Mareep.
Yeah.
This is a small like level 4 Mareep, and I without using hacks I leveled it up all the way to 100 in Pokemon White, and I did that before I got to the Elite 4 I think,
Yeah.
and that Pokemon was
What do you
that's
guys
my
think-
favorite Pokemon.
So, what do you guys
honestly.
think about Black and White 2? Have you guys played that game?
I didn't. My sister played it, and I think
don't
she said it was
think I did.
mediocre.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think it's a
did.
cool concept.
Because I played it, and I actually really liked some of the extra stuff they put in that game. Like,
What was the difference? Like, what did they do? Was it
so
was
you
it an
actually-
actual direct sequel?
Yeah, it was a direct sequel. Like, I want to say a few years past the first Black and White series. What ended up happening was you start off actually. So you know how like the main region of Unova was like kind of just its own little island. Well, you started out on the side of the island, and you actually end up after the second gym traveling into Unova. So you have like a few new cities. You actually get to visit the ruins of what was it, Team Platinum at the time?
No.
No,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Plasma. It was Plasma.
Plasma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Team
yeah.
Plasma.
Team Plasma. You got to see the ruins.
Was Z in it?
Yes. He
Oh wait,
actually
no.
was.
N. N was his
N.
name. Not
Yeah,
Z.
yeah, yeah.
N.
N was his name.
N was cool as fuck.
Yes, he was. I really liked like the Unova series, especially when it came to the
Plasma
story.
was like an interesting concept for. They weren't just like out to be like big bad guys. They had like some actual like.
Yeah, you could
moral
like
grounds for
exactly.
what they
Yeah.
were doing.
Black
Yeah.
and White was a really good game.
Yeah.
It was. Look, I'm biased to the Sinnoh region, but Unova, despite having some of the least inspired Pokemon, like the Vanillite and the
it's
Chandelure,
So stupid. So
like
dumb.
other than those,
Rubbish.
other than like
Yeah.
other than the trashy,
Haha, so you did there.
So funny.
the trashy
Get out. Get
Pokemon
out.
concepts,
Disappointing.
like the story and the region is definitely like my second favorite.
Yeah.
I think I don't know why exactly. I'm struggling to pinpoint, but I really enjoy X and Y a lot. I think it might. have been,
Those
like,
were a good game.
the step up of the graphics and like
Uh-huh.
The Mega
the
Evolution.
new Pokemon were great. The Mega
Yeah.
Evolutions. The main story was like not.
It was alright.
memorable,
I really
but, like,
liked it.
after
I really liked the bad guy.
Yeah,
Because I feel like you were saying with Team Plasma with the moral grounds. I felt like he had a moral
Yeah.
kind of compass as
He
well.
he also had somewhat of a moral
even
compass.
though he was a dick.
See, I don't remember it as much, but I remember like afterwards doing the looker missions for X and Y. Like, there was a really good post game to that one.
Yeah, there was a really
You know,
good
And
post.
the
you
thing-
can customize your character, and it felt
Yeah, that's
awesome
right.
to
Do you
actually
remember
The
playing that in
be
school?
my own.
Yeah, you and I played that way back
Yeah,
when.
and I traded you my Mewtwo, and I regretted it, and you want to give it back. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Fucking
You
dick.
asshole.
But I gave you the
Never traded
I gave you
Mewtwo,
the
man.
I gave you the Z Pokemon if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
but I didn't want it that much.
Then you shouldn't have
Mewtwo.
traded.
Wait,
Yeah, me
you
too.
traded it for a Zygarde? You can get one of those in the game.
I know, but I really wanted one, and I didn't want to put in the effort.
Come on.
So
This was
yeah.
back before we were hanging out with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you bums.
But so Pokemon X and Y, there was a really big. Do you guys remember at all? There was like a whole kind of speculation of whether or not there would be DLC Pokemon, because there was a lot. There
What?
wasn't a whole lot of Pokemon compared to the other games that was added in X and Y, and there was also like a train station that said it led to other
Yeah. And
another
there was
region.
That little totem that they got from the other region, which was hinting at Sun and Moon, wasn't it?
It might have been. I don't know.
But
But it felt like there was stuff that was kind of teased and never panned out, and I was hoping we
Yeah.
would get like DLC Pokemon or something.
I mean, honestly, I think if don't knock the mic over, I
bad.
would rather have fewer Pokemon and
We're
good
good.
Pokemon than like them just like throwing ideas
That's how
at
I
the
feel.
wall. And
Yeah,
making
yeah,
us
yeah, yeah.
a ton.
I'm all for DLC, but oversaturation of Pokédex, and
Yeah.
then you have this disconnect between players. You know, I think
mean,
it's nice to have a full.
Yeah, we got some
array.
really cool Pokemon. I mean, my favorite out of that generation is probably Heliolisk, the lizard with the electric lizard with the flaps that come up. I thought he was awesome. That was probably my favorite.
I
Pokemon
love-
of that generation.
I love all the. So I'm really biased towards dragon Pokemon, like
Yeah.
dragon types, because I think they're cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And I really like all the new dragon Pokemon that was added.
Yeah.
I think it was either X and Y or Black and White.
I think the fairy types that they added in X and Y were kind of OP. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
dragon.
They
is
got
very.
fucked by dragons. Just got fucked by the fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find myself leaning more towards electric types more and more. Luxray is my favorite of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Heliolisk is like a close second, probably.
I fuck with fire and electric types for sure.
Yeah, I really like Torterra. That's my favorite starters. Turtwig, that's my boy.
Dragonite, but between Dragonite and Ampharos for me are my favorite Pokemon.
Ampharos, that's a nice.
What about pseudo legendaries? What are your favorite pseudo legendaries?
Sorry.
Oh, I don't know what all classifies.
Like Mewtwo.
No, that's a
No,
legendary.
that's a
Yeah.
main.
I'm talking
You're
about-
like Lucario, Zy.
Garchomp.
Yeah. What's the shadow Pokemon from Unova? The one that shapeshifts. Zoroark.
Oh
Zoroark.
yeah, Zoroark.
Yeah.
Zor.
Yeah,
that guy was
that
really
one,
cool.
That's probably my favorite pseudo.
I definitely
My
played him
favorite
on
would be
2
Metagross.
Metagross. Oh yeah, that's a good.
Do you guys remember that one Pokemon? I think it was only accessible through some sort of event, but it was like it was like a bug thing with a giant like laser
Genesect.
cannon
Yes,
on its chest.
Genesect.
Yeah,
I had him.
How the fuck do you get him?
That was a promotional event when the
Yeah,
game
that was
first
like-
came out.
Oh, okay.
You entered in a code and it came in a mystery box.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I
that-
didn't get him, but I really wanted him.
Like the lore behind that, it's like it's a Kabutops that they've like genetically
Really?
modified to put a
Yeah.
cannon on its fucking back.
It was so cool. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that about
Is that it?
wraps it up.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that about wraps up episode 2 of the podcast. So
Thank you all for listening.
Yeah,
If you
we
do listen.
really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you guys for
If
listening
you made
again.
it this far, we owe you a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come by sometime. Don't come to my house though.
Bjorn, what's your address? What is it, Burnley?
stop. All right.
Cut it out. Cut that part out.
We'll cut everything.
322 McLovin Lane.
All right. Well, thank you everyone.
Yes,
very
thank you
much.
everyone for
Have a
listening to
good
the
night.
podcast. Yeah. Have a
Good night. This has been the Night Owls.
All right.
I'm not saying that.
Okay. Goodbye.
GG.
Yeah. Take care.